Hello and welcome back to Paranormal Teach, where we explore all things haunted dolls. Today we are going to be going over the story of one of the most misunderstood yet spooky haunted dolls in my collection, and that is Deanna. Deanna was with her original spirit keeper for about 10 years, and she had actually resorted to keeping her because she didn't think that there was really anybody out there who would be willing to take her. She was going through a move and she decided to take a risk and see if there would be anybody out there who would be interested in her, and I absolutely was. The reason for this is not because Deanna is any kind of entity or anything that unusual. She's actually a little kid, but she has some really interesting defense mechanisms, most of which involve really scaring the pants off of people. For the first few years she was with her original spirit keeper, she had a lot of behaviors that really were frightening. She would purposely do things like jump scare people, try to pop out at them as different things, and no one really knew why. So basically, she had resorted to just letting Deanna do pretty much whatever she wanted and trying to react as little as possible in hopes that it would stop. She did calm down quite a bit, but there were still upticks, and when she first got to us, we had a lot of jump scaring as well. She would scratch on the walls all the time, pretty much in any room that I was in. We had instances of popping out as shadow figures, banging on things, and it got quite loud, so I could see how that would be very intimidating for some people. Deanna is a very needy kid. She was about 9 when she passed away. She was taken from a bus stop in 1973. She was never seen again, and there was no body ever found. She says that her body is in the lake, but no one knows where this lake is. She has a very interesting southern accent. It kind of sounds like a cross between a Cajun accent and an Appalachian accent, but nobody could ever really get a good map reading from any of the sessions. The doll that she carries is quite creepy in its own right. I can't even sugarcoat that. She carries this doll who she calls Charlie. He has his own meter readings and EVP noises that sound almost guttural, like a trapped animal. She loves Charlie very much, and we don't really know what Charlie is. She just says Charlie is a friend and leaves it at that. Charlie is not communicative. Charlie is not willing to be worked with in any way, shape, or form. And I have gone back and forth on what I think Charlie is, and my best guess is that Charlie is some kind of entity that she uses as kind of a defense mechanism for her fear, because what we have learned is Deanna is a lot more scared of people than people could ever be of her. Deanna does have a lot of trauma that she does not like to go over in communication sessions. She just says very plainly, "A madman killed me," and leaves it at that. We can tell that the man did far more than just kill her, but she does not like to talk about it or share it in dreams. And when people have pushed too hard in the past, she will literally blow out a light bulb or even break an EMF meter or something to that effect. So everyone learned over time not to bring that up, and we were warned of that in advance, so we have never done it either. We just try to be present for her and love her for exactly who she is. She loves attention, and when she doesn't get the attention she wants, sometimes we see negative attention-seeking behavior. So we try to just be as available to Deanna as we possibly can and understand that all of these things come from the extreme trauma that she's been through. One part of managing Deanna's trauma is accepting her relationship with her haunted doll, Charlie. We understand that Charlie will not, and probably never will, communicate with us, and we are completely okay with that. We do address Deanna and Charlie typically together because he's so important to her, but we try not to ask too many questions because she really doesn't seem comfortable giving any kind of response. One other thing that is important to note is that we are not allowed to ever remove Charlie from her hands. That is pretty much the only thing that will really cause her to spiral and act in an extremely negative way. This was done in her original investigation process before she got to us, and harm was done, and it was just not a good experience for anybody involved. So we respect her relationship with Charlie. We don't push, and we honor the fact that Deanna has her own haunted doll. Charlie is not our haunted doll. Charlie is Deanna's haunted doll. Deanna is far more mature than other 9-year-olds. Maybe it was because it was the 70s and kids were more mature back then, or maybe it was just because of everything she went through. But she can read extremely well. She can use the Ouija board like an adult. She does incredible in the spirit box, and we can have full conversations with her. She has super jittery, super high vibrational energy nearly all the time. She loves to be loud and she loves to be seen. She shows up on weird EVPs, and she has absolutely no problem showing herself off on camera. In fact, the first week we had her, she was scratching the walls right on a live stream in front of a bunch of strangers. She loves to perform for the camera and she needs a ton of attention, and she does not mind getting that from people online. Deanna was just looking for a home who would accept her for her, and we have tried to do exactly that for her. We feel like she is a perfect fit for our home, and we are so grateful that we have the opportunity to work with her. She's such a unique spirit, and everything about Deanna is very individualized to Deanna. There's really no haunted doll rules that apply to her. She has her own, and we are completely okay with that and adore her for exactly who she is. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about Deanna, and subscribe for more haunted doll stories.